Hi guys, Matt Hancock's here and welcome to this last video of this series looking at digestive and intestinal health. Now today all I'm going to do is just put everything together, so I'm going to summarize everything we've talked about in the last few videos just to really solidify that information for you, so you really have a bit of a take-home information to obviously put to practice on yourself, your family, your loved ones, your friends. But also if you are a health coach or a personal trainer, you can use this information with your clients to improve their health and vitality as well. So what I want to do is just quickly go over the journey again and remind you of the journey that the food is taking and the whole digestive and intestinal system. Remember, for me, arguably, there is no more important system in the body than the digestive system if you want to achieve optimal health and vitality. If your gut is not working properly, you might get a few results in terms of health and vitality, but they really will be limited, okay? The digestive system, having a good, healthy, functional digestive system is number one for me in terms of improving the health, overall health and well-being. Okay, now the journey that the food is taking then, basically we're going to start in our mouth. Now if you remember, in the UK, Britain's reported chewing only about 6 times per mouthful before swallowing, with a reported 93% chewing less than the recommended 25 to 30 times per mouthful. So it's important because this is where digestion starts, okay? We have teeth that start digesting our food and chewing our food because it makes it easier on the stomach to then digest the smaller pieces further, yeah? So once the food travels down the esophagus after you swallow, it goes into the stomach, which is where the remainder of the digestive, basically, the remainder of that digestion takes place. So you really need to make sure that we've got enough hydrochloric acid and gastric juices and that the stomach is working and churning and swirling all that food around to really digest it further before it travels into the small intestine. Now, at the top of the small intestine, the duodenum, there is a little bit of digestive process that goes on, but the majority of the small intestine is to absorb the nutrients from the food, and then those small particles, those small molecules will then be released through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream and used by the body. The rest of the food will then have the water sort of squeezed out of it by the large intestine or the colon, and then passed down the large intestine before it's eliminated out the other end. So to be healthy, we want to choose the right food, we want to cook in the right way, we want to make sure that we chew our food enough and that we're starting the digestive system properly, but in a relaxed, slow manner. More often than not, we want to be sat socializing and eating rather than TV dinners, okay? Avoid those at all costs, so you can really start the digestive system working properly. The food then needs to be digested in the stomach before passing to the intestines, where the food and the nutrients are absorbed, and then obviously we want to excrete the food out the other end, and that's basically the process of a good digestive system, and that's what eating healthy is all about, okay? So it's eating, absorbing and eliminating in the right timely manner. So we talked about offering a good basis support for your system. So, all health is going to start by the food you eat, okay? The calories that you eat, it's not about the number, it's the type of calories, okay? Your body utilizes calories from foods in different ways. So make sure that we're cutting out the food that is going to slow down the digestive process. So, cut out the red meat, because not entirely, you should be having red meat about a couple of times a week, but definitely don't eat it every single day because it's incredibly difficult for the body to process, right? It takes a long time to digest, which not only can slow down your metabolism, but it can decrease your digestive efficiency. The same with gluten. Gluten is like a sticky substance which binds up your digestive tract, slowing down your digestive system. Okay, we want to eliminate sugar, processed food, refined carbohydrates, because all that happens is that it creates an environment for bad bacteria to thrive. So instead we want to add fermentable fibers like green leafy vegetables, berries, beans, legumes, loads of fibrous veg, and drink plenty of water, so 2 to 3 litres of water, just to keep your whole system running healthy, right? So that will give you a decent base of support. Now, we need to build the health of our gut. So, you know, we need to eat the right foods, but we also need to support it. We talked about obesity stealing a lot of the national headlines and one of the most pressing health issues of our generation. And, you know, what we talked about was the fact that we need to have, although we all have low-grade inflammation going on all the time, okay, if we're overweight, then what happens is the immune system and the GI tract really suffers, okay, really suffers. And so we need to improve our gut microbiota. That was we help that by supplementing with a probiotic. Now, what you've got to do, obviously we want the right amount of bacteria, healthy bacteria. We want about 85% health promoting or good bacteria and 15% or less harmful bacteria. Yeah, so, you know, food generally spends more time in the colon than anywhere else during digestion. And, you know, the reason for this is that the beneficial bacteria reside in there, generate nutrients from waste. So they not only help with the absorption of food and the synthesis of short-chain amino fatty acids, but they also promote the production of certain classes of antibodies that aid in the destruction of, you know, of competing or potentially disease-causing bacteria. So supplying enough healthy probiotic by way of supplementation really is key for me in having a really good gut health and avoiding sort of inflammation and weight gain. It will assist in the proper function of your immune system. Obviously, it's going to protect against disease-causing microorganisms. It's going to aid in the digestion of your food. It's going to eliminate toxins and really help in preventing allergies. All right. Now, the Probiotic 11 is phenomenal because not only is it high potency, but it's a multi-strain probiotic supplement providing 12 billion bacteria per serving. Okay, the 11 strains of bacteria in the probiotic ensure that you replenish your gut with a variety of beneficial flora. A lot of probiotics on the market might only have 2 to 3 strains of bacteria, and the Probiotic 11 has the 11, so it's really phenomenal. Each capsule has a built-in prebiotic to nourish and spread the bacteria throughout the whole gut. So this was the first supplement that we talked about as being the base. It's particularly good after you've done a cleanse. So once you've cleaned out your system a little bit, you then want to boost the health of your digestive tract, and we start with probiotics. It's very good after you've taken medication or antibiotics, because medication, pharmaceutical drugs and antibiotics, what they do is they go in and they kill off all the bad bacteria, but they also kill off the good bacteria as well. So it's really good to throw loads of healthy bacteria back into your gut as soon as possible after your drugs, and it's particularly good through pregnancy and after. And yeah, phenomenal product. So after we've looked at improving the gut, what the food that goes from the stomach, it goes into the stomach, and what we've got to do there is make sure that we've got enough hydrochloric acid and gastric juices. So the environment in the stomach then is such that we can break down, digest that food even further. So 70% of people over 40 and 90% of people over 50 do require help with digestive enzymes and stomach acid, because as we age, we produce far less hydrochloric acid. Actually, it starts depleting by the time we're 35, and by the time we reach 55, we really produce no HCl at all. So it makes supplementing with food enzymes and HCl really important, especially as we age. So we covered two supplements, food enzymes and Proactazyme. Now, what these are going to do is obviously help you digest the food really well. So one capsule of the food enzyme will help you digest a minimum of 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbohydrate, and 20 grams of fat. It also contains HCl. So if you think that you have low levels of HCl, caused by, obviously the answers to some of the questions we've talked about, but obviously as you get older, your HCl is depleting. So if you're around 50, 55, you definitely need the food enzyme over the Proactazyme. Okay? Now the Proactazyme is a key system product that comes up to aid and assist your digestive system. So if you do a lifestyle analysis and your digestive system comes up, look at the age of the person you're treating, or obviously yourself. And if you're around 50, 55, I would go for the food enzyme over the Proactazyme. Other than that, if your digestive system needs some help, go with the Proactazyme, which is the key system product. It's a great general purpose enzyme supplement that helps you digest all food types and helps break down difficult to digest foods. So they're both phenomenal products, and really they're only split by the fact of if you've got enough if you're producing enough HCl or not, and that's generally based on age. Okay. So the food moves from the stomach, so hopefully the food is really well digested now, and it's moving down into the intestines. So it starts its journey in the small intestine, where a little bit of digestion takes place, but mainly the role of the small intestine is for the nutrients to be absorbed from the food. This is absorbed. It's really small molecules that will then pass through the intestinal wall and into your bloodstream, so that the body can then use those nutrients for everyday life. The remainder of the food that's not utilised is then passed through into the large intestine, where the water is absorbed from the waste, creating feces, and then it's eliminated out the other end. So that's kind of the role of the small and large intestine, to absorb and eliminate the food. If you're having trouble with digesting the food, but also having trouble with your eliminating it in a timely manner, then you may need a little bit of support. What we talked about was the key system product Bowel Build, which is specifically for the small and the large intestinal tract. So it has enzymes in there to it's basically it's got everything, right? So it's got nutrients formulated to help the digestive and intestinal system, but mainly the intestinal system, because the formula provides enzymes to help with upper gastrointestinal tract, and also contains psyllium hulls, kelp plant, and chlorophyll to provide the needed bulk and encourage proper flow of waste and to detoxify the colon. So it's a phenomenal product that's put together to help with the whole intestinal system. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with breaking down your food, but also you feel that you're not passing it out quite as quickly as you should in terms of 24 hours, then I would encourage you to go for a Bowel Build. Okay. Now, talking about elimination, talking about the large intestine, wouldn't be complete if we didn't introduce fibre. So fibre is there to help with the elimination. So really, if you're if you're going to the toilet more regularly than every 6 hours, you definitely need bowel build and some fiber. Same thing if you're going if you're not going every 24, so you're going longer than 24 hours before going to the toilet, you definitely need to add fiber into your diet. And the thing with fiber is we need to be having around about 30 grams of fiber daily. And the average diet contains only about 12 to 15 grams of fiber. So, and that's the average. There's a lot of people eating a lot less than that. So there's two phenomenal high fiber drinks that Nature's Sunshine do. One is called TNT. Now TNT basically is a powerhouse of nutrition. It provides more nutrients than a full kilo of fresh vegetables. It also includes fiber, vitamins, minerals and antioxidants. So it is phenomenal. It provides about 12 grams of fiber, 12 vitamins and 11 minerals and antioxidants per serving. And it's a great sort of meal replacement or supplement to any diet. So with 12 grams of fiber, it's really going to boost you and get you close to the 30 grams that you need daily. Now I recommend people have this who really struggle to get enough fiber in a diet. Obviously we want to be having fibrous vegetables, probably of a ratio of 4:1 in terms of vegetables to fruit. So you want to be trying for high fibrous vegetables or green leafy vegetables with at least 2 meals per day anyway. But if you really struggle with that, then TNT is a great support. You only need to take one a day, and that will just help keep the digestive tract operating as healthy as it can. Now, if you don't quite need 12 grams of fiber, or you don't like the taste, it's an orange flavored drink, but if you don't like it, if you find it gloopy or sweet or whatever it might be, then you can always try Loclo. Now Loclo is it's probably for some people might be a little bit nicer on the taste buds. It's just a preference thing, but if you don't like the orange taste, the sweet orange taste, then Loclo is another thing. This is great. It's only got around 4 grams of fiber per serving, but it's got like a nutritious Synapro concentrate base, so similar to the Cineprotein. So both of them are equally good. One's just got a different taste to the other. One's slightly higher in fiber than the other, but they're both great supportive supplements to your system. So to sum up then, we've talked about the digestive and intestinal health in some detail now. So the key points were, without an effective digestive system, it's going to be really difficult to process, assimilate and eliminate your food. Okay, to get your digestive system working effectively, you have to eat a lot of fiber, right? We want about 30 grams of fiber, but also cultured and fermented food, and ensure that your digestive enzymes are working effectively. So going through those questionnaires with people really is key. So, lifestyle analysis is great, but there's such an overlap between the digestive and intestinal system. It's good to go through those questionnaires, those questions with people, and just see which one needs a little bit more help. This is a really important part that I just wanted to get across, is that stress can play a big role in the disruption of the digestive system. Okay, as stress includes inflammation, which plays havoc with the digestive system. So it's really important that we do things in everyday life to reduce the amount of stress, but also, eat your food in a relaxed state. It's so important that you always eat at the table, never at your work desk, that you give yourself time to eat your food, don't have TV dinners, and try and take your time and relax and really help the whole digestive system as you're eating. Okay, so I really hope that you've taken something from those videos. Please have a look at some of our other videos. If you need any further support, then you can contact one of the professionals here on the site, and we'll be more than happy to help you with any issues that you might have Really, we're all here to help improve the health and vitality of as many people as we can. Our role as health coaches really is just to boost the health of yourselves and boost the health of your loved ones as well. So really just share the information we've given to you, and if you need any more help, then please just contact us via this website. Okay, thanks again for your attention. I really hope you've taken something from it, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers then, bye bye.